Welcome to Roots of Healing. We're going to be talking about connection, discovery, and empowerment through herbs and herbalism, of course. So if you forgot what we're going to talk about today, we are going to talk about discovering new insights, strategies, or trends to help you, especially those who have an herbal business, how to stay relevant and competitive, because there's lots of different herbalists out there in herbal businesses. Also going to get a little crash course into African herbalism. You guys know that's my specialty. And we're going to look at some of the unique principles and practices that make it a powerful healing tradition. I call it the ATM, Bank of Healing. So African traditional medicine that we need to tap into. It's very valuable. It is like an ATM. And then also unlocking our potential and how to empower ourselves to make a difference in this herbal world. So finding your passion, working with clients. We're going to talk about a whole lot. All right, so here are some facts. So if you're thinking, I want to be an herbalist, but I'm not sure what I want to do. One of the options, if you want to be an herbalist and you want to make a living, you can have a product-based business. Now, these typically are going to require money, more money up front for products, and you're going to need space for inventory as well. And when you have a product-based business, you're usually going to have a high amount of sales as well, because, you know, you may sell this jar, you may even sell it for $20, but by the time you factor in your labor, you factor in your materials, the materials that actually holding the jar. So like the packaging, labels, ink, and all of that, you may be making $5. So you're going to really need a lot to get to your goal. And if you want to do a product-based business, you really should have some kind of sort of proficiency in math to be able to calculate, those profit margins, different things like that. I mean, you want to pay attention to detail as well. That's going to be very important to make sure all the products are, uniform. And you're going to need to know about branding and marketing. So if those are some skills that you naturally have, then a product-based business might be something that does interest you. Another option, you're like, I want to be an herbalist. I've been drawn to exploring your classes because it embraces our roots. Other programs that I've considered focus on Chinese, Ayurvedic, Western herbalism. So happy to experience another perspective. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think it's so important. And so that is why I'm just, so adamant about telling people like, yeah, there is African herbalism does exist. It's actually the oldest, and just letting people know, because I guess we assume that it doesn't exist because we don't hear about it. So yes, and another way that you can help is by sharing the knowledge that you get with others, and sharing that importance with them and pressing it upon them as well. So one of the ways that we can help is to create more what we want to see by sharing and by teaching others. So yes, thank you. So now we're going to look at growing your herbal empire. All right, so some small tips for creating a successful herbal business. Number one, I say the problem is likely you. I know this class is probably like really harsh, and I apologize. So what we really think about ourselves and our businesses. We're going to talk also about how we keep our own pockets small, and how too many of us are focused on being a jack of all trades. So this is just like, I feel like this is the stuff that doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to business, when it comes to herbalism. Nobody kind of talks about these things. So I want to let people know that there is a cost. Stop being cheap. This is something that a lot of us, it's hard for us to stop being cheap, because the way that we think about money is based on the way that we grew up. So I have so many different things that I hold on to because of money. So one of the things that I have to even still tell myself sometimes, you got to spend money to make money. And a lot of times that is very true. So when you're an entrepreneur, don't try to, you didn't make a business so you can sell the cheapest possible product. So make sure that you have the wonderful value that you're giving someone, the wonderful ingredients and all of those things. They do actually cost money. And then also when we determine our prices, because we want to just help everybody, and we don't have confidence in ourselves, we want to price ourselves like we can't charge more than this company or whatever. And we like to compare ourselves as well. And that is, they say comparison is the thief of joy. And it's so true. So don't worry about whether that price seems too high. Whatever that first price that you came up with, that's the one that you should stick to. And so focus on the value and the quality of your product and price it accordingly. And where do you suggest you want to begin if funds are limited? So what I did was funds were limited for me when I first started my business. I like the idea of writing a business plan. However, it could be a detriment seeing the amount of funds needed to start up. So where would be a good place to start? Where would be a good place to start a business plan? Is that what you're asking?
If you enjoyed the clips from this class and you want to watch the full class, you can check the link in the description box for more details.